Hello, my name is Mac Wenberg, and today I'm going to be giving a presentation on piracy and fair use. Welcome. This presentation is directed at anybody who is thinking about downloading content illegally online. Copyright infringement is wrong. It is a serious issue that has been plaguing us ever since the internet has been around. Ever since the dawn of the internet, people have been getting content illegally and distributing it, changing it, making money off of it, however they want. And there's been little to no resistance in letting people do that. My topics for you guys today are: what is web piracy and what is fair use? Should we risk copyright infringement? Why is it wrong? So let's talk a little bit about web piracy. As you can see from the slide, I made a list. So web piracy is just a fancy word for saying copyright infringement on the web. It is the use of work or works under copyright. Infringing the copyright holder's exclusive rights, like the right to reproduce, distribute, display, or perform a copyrighted work, or to make derivative works without the permission of the copyright holder, which is usually a publisher or a business representing you, or chosen by the work's creator. So that is what web piracy is. Looking at the next slide, we're going to talk a little bit about fair use. Fair use, as you can see, is an exception to the exclusive right granted by copyright law. That's the symbol right there for you. To the author of the creative work. In the United States, copyright law, fair use, is a doctrine that permits limited use of copyrighted material without acquiring permission from the rights holders. As you can see from this next slide, I have made you guys a diagram explaining just what constitutes as fair use. So as we can see, there are 5 things that a work needs in order to be considered protected by a fair use law or exception. A small portion of the original material is used for this, which is already a given. You're using a bit of someone else's work. Now, granted, the other 4 will even this out. The next precaution people need to take if they want something to be protected under fair use is they need the work to be a critique, a satire, or it has to be educational. And it can't be anything in between. Otherwise, it doesn't work. The benefit to the user, which is the third one, needs to be predominantly other than commercial. It can't be anything else. You can't make money off this work. This is completely free to anyone who wants it. Your work, this is the fourth one, needs to be predominantly original. 85 to 75% yours, not anyone else's. It needs to be completely original, your idea, besides the 15% that you're using. The commercial value of the original needs to not be diminished. You can't be making more product or becoming more popular. When I say more popular, I mean you can't be exploiting entirely the commercial value of the original creator's work. Otherwise, it doesn't constitute under fair use. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the statistics behind this problem. So 70% of online users find nothing wrong in online piracy. In fact, 67% of digital piracy sites are hosted in North America and Western Europe. That's not a lot. That's like merely around half the sites. Mostly these other foreign countries are helping us do this because they know that we don't find anything wrong with it. 75% of users think likewise. This is bad. Why is it bad? Well, let's think about this. 12.5 billion in economic losses each year due to piracy in the music industry, and that's nothing. 6.8 billion losses in TV shows and artwork and other things have been reported as well due to polls, experiments, and the general viewing of the music industry on their products and distribution. Another reason you shouldn't do it is the punishment is severe. Actually, you can get anything from $150,000 fine per instance for per legal download. Or you can even go to jail for multiple years for this. It is very, very vast in the amount of punishments you can receive for this. But why do people pirate? In this next slide, I have listed just the right amount of things that people take into account before they download something illegally, whether they know it or not. So the first one is pricing. Unwillingness or inability to pay the price requested by the legitimate sellers. This is the number one issue. People don't want to pay for stuff that they can get anywhere, that they can only get at a store or via membership. The second one is just as important, but not as big an issue. Unavailability. No legitimate sellers providing the product in the country of the end user. Not yet launched there, already withdrawn from sales, never to be sold there. Geographic restrictions on online distribution and international shipping. Now this is important because not only are we infringing people in our country, we're infringing the rights of other countries' works. And that isn't okay. All right, the third one is usefulness. The fact that you can take anyone's work, copy it, switch it around, playstate it, make money off of it, and distribute it as your own is very useful. You can use this work for anything. It is highly desirable for those that like to mix and match and find things and use them as tools to make income, to make product. In the shopping experience, we all know about this one. This one's the easiestly one of the biggest, one of the most well-known facts about why people pirate. It's because you can open up your laptop, go online, find a song, and download it just directly to your hard drive, and nobody will think otherwise. There's things called torrenting, file sharing illegally, and looking for download strips, which is download links to anything. This experience is highly desirable for anyone. It takes it takes minutes to download hundreds of songs. That's why it's such a great thing as far as shopping experience for those who pirate. Why shouldn't you do it? Why shouldn't we risk it? Why it is wrong? For this slide, I have concocted 4 separate claims on why this shouldn't happen. 1, it is illegal. You are totally breaking the law by pirating any music or any copyright material off the internet. Number 2, if the software is from an authorized source, you don't know where it's been. It could be crawling with viruses, it could crash your computer, cost you hundreds of dollars, and it might not even be the right material you were asking for, and it might not be the right quality either. So you really don't know. It's a mixed bag whenever you download any content. Number 3, there won't be any other version of the software if there are no revenue. So if we would download software illegally, they aren't making any money off the stuff that you just got from them, which means they won't upgrade or change it, and they won't make it better, which is what we want. We want the software to get better so that we can get it, change it, look at it, and reflect upon it. People can't make the work that you're pirating if they can't make money to make more work. Eventually they're going to run out of money to do anything. And number 4, it isn't ethical. It is the same as you walking up to someone on the street, opening up their wallet, taking it out of their pocket without asking, and just grabbing $25 and then running off, and having them not even know about it. They won't even realize that you've done it because it's online where nothing is monitored. Even though only a fraction of people are caught pirating, the consequences are so severe, it is not worth the risk. Thank you. I'll take any questions.